Hey everyone, this is Lindsay Suda. I'm the social media manager over at People to People Ambassador Programs. Today I'm joined by Greg. Greg, you want to say hi?
Hello. Hi, everyone.
Hey there. So we are going to be talking about all things staying connected while your ambassador is abroad all over the world and having the time of their life. So while the family and friends are at home, it's always fun and very enjoyable to get updates from them and be able to talk to them and hear from them while they're abroad. So Greg works with Cellhire, which is a partner that we've been working with for many years now. So he's going to be discussing a lot of connection capabilities and opportunities with cell phones and mobile devices, and just some quick, easy tips on staying connected while abroad. So, Greg, you can go ahead and just introduce yourself, who you are, what you do at Cellhire, and how you partner with people to people.
Great. Well, thanks again for the introduction, Lindsay. Appreciate that. My name is Greg Kranek. I'm the CEO of Cellhire here in the USA. I've been with the business now for over 10 years, and we have been working with people to people now for nearly 6 years. This will be our sixth season, so we're really excited. It's always interesting to see where the students are headed, and the energy that they bring to these trips is always astonishing to us. It's great.
Excellent. Yes, I know. We appreciate all the opportunities and the solutions that you offer our ambassadors, because it's important for them to call home every once in a while. So one thing we wanted to launch while getting started into here is, why stay connected while abroad? The ambassador programs is an amazing opportunity for students to kind of grow beyond the family and have a different kind of experience without mom and dad there, but at the same time it's sometimes a culture shock, and it's sometimes the first time you're ever traveling away from the family, and so it's always nice to have that connection and that line back home if you're feeling homesick, or if you just want to share the excitement and the fun stuff that you're doing during the day. So we partnered with Cellhire to offer those solutions, using mobile devices, staying connected through Wi-Fi. So that's why we wanted to get the most competitive price for you guys, as opposed to working with your cell phone provider like AT&T or Sprint. Cellhire does an amazing job of getting very competitive rates for a very short period of time. So you can rent it and be done and have that connection the whole time that they're abroad. So with that, Greg, I was going to see if you could talk about kind of the process. I know summer travel is just around the corner, so we're feeling it here in the office, and we're really excited. But when should families start talking cell phone strategy, and how they even want to start staying connected?
Sure. Well, it's actually never too early to get started looking at all your various options. The first question is, what type of devices are you going to take on program with you? Is it just a phone, to make sure you can call home in the event of an emergency, or just to hear a friendly voice? Is it a situation where you want to bring your laptop and your iPad and update Facebook and, share things through, all the various applications that are out there? So when you're answering those questions, it's really important to weigh all the options that you have. And like you said, a lot of students have cell phones, but then you have to ask the question, what is this going to cost if I roam with my existing cell phone? Will the device that I have work in the country that I'm traveling to? Do I know for sure that I'm going to be able to get internet access when I'm abroad, and what's that going to be like at the hotel? So all those questions, we can help the student and their families to answer. We have a full staff of employees that are here at the ready to take phone calls from students and parents if they have any questions regarding the service. And we also have a website dedicated to answering any of the questions that you might have. So if you're trying to call during off hours, or you're a little bit nervous to ask those questions, pretty much everything's answered on the website.
Sure, and that website, and correct me if I'm wrong, it's peopletopeople.com/cellhire, which is CELLHIRE. So there's a ton of information there. That's a really good tout. So question for you then, I know it's never too early to start planning. Is there ever, so let's say, I think our first travel date is the first week of June, so is it anytime too late to contact you guys? What's the turnaround time for you guys to be able to get rentals to the facilities?
Well, we have had students call us the day before, and when possible, we do our best to try to get them an overnight delivery. UPS can typically go anywhere in the country within 24 hours. So if we only have one day to work with, we could certainly make that work. That wouldn't be the advised process, obviously. Shipping is less expensive. The more time that you provide between placing the order and the delivery date. So again, it's better to place the order early. And if you have second thoughts at the last minute and you want to cancel, that's easier than trying to place an order all the way, one day
Absolutely.
before the
So
trip.
order early and have that peace of mind that you'll be taken care of, and absolutely, you can do it now. So we're already seeing a ton of orders come in for summer, and we know. I mean, it's always kind of the telltale that summer is almost approaching, is because everyone's getting in their Cellhire orders. So
That's right.
so great. So what you mentioned, some of the actual physical options that you're offering. So I guess what are some of those rental options for ambassadors and for parents?
Okay. There's really three choices that you need to make. The first would be, what is the application, and from those three choices, the easiest, the least expensive is the basic cell phone. What we provide based on the trip that you're going to be taking is the correct solution for that particular destination. So we don't ask you to tell us what you need. You tell us where you're going, and we tell you what the best solution is for that particular trip. The cell phone itself is very basic. It's a great way to call back home or to receive a phone call while you're on program. The next option would be what we call our Vismo device, and this is kind of a unique offer. Most people haven't seen anything like this before. It's a tracking software built into a BlackBerry handset that allows friends and family back home to log into a secure website and actually see where the student is in virtual real time. It pings our servers every 15 minutes with the locations, and parents back home can actually send text messages back and forth to the device right through that web portal.
Yeah, I love this feature because it's like Mission Impossible spy status. I mean, like it's really quite fun and cool to see the dot. I mean, the dot on the screen, but it is, where your student ambassador is at all times. So
Yes.
it's a great feature.
Yeah, it has a little bit of additional security. There's a panic button on the device, and if a student were to find themselves, somehow away from the group, they can hit the panic button. It sends an alert back to the people-to-people staff that are monitoring that 24 hours a day, along with a 20-second clip of audio that was retrieved from the device, so we could see what the sensitivity is to the issue that they're dealing with and respond to it very quickly. So that's really a great option, especially for younger students who maybe this is their first time away from home. It really is a great solution.
Sure, yeah, it's just that extra level of peace of mind while the parents aren't around. So absolutely.
Absolutely. The third option is what we call the mobile hotspot, and this is a way of providing Wi-Fi access anywhere where you have this little device. So it looks like it's about the size of a credit card. You turn it on, and you could connect up to 3 devices to this unit and provide internet access, high-speed internet access to iPads, tablets, smartphones. So whether you're on a motor coach or you're back at the hotel, you can update your Facebook or send pictures back home via email. It's a great device to stay connected for those people that are a little bit more technically savvy.
Great. So why, and a lot of parents and ambassadors who are watching this might just be wary or confused about, well, I have my iPhone and I have my Droid, I have my BlackBerry already hooked up, and I have my provider, AT&T or Sprint or whoever. So, what are some of the benefits of partnering with Cellhire over just changing their plan temporarily?
Well, we take a lot of the guesswork out of the process of selecting the plan that you need because we've been doing this for so many years. We know what students and parents are looking for. Cost is always a concern, so we've developed programs to minimize the cost to make phone calls to and from these international countries. The MiFi, or the mobile hotspot device that we discussed, actually has a cap on it, so there's no way that even if you used a tremendous amount of data, you would be billed overage, and that is a huge concern for parents who internationally enable a student's device only to find out when they return from the trip that they're faced with, a $1,000 or $2,000 cell phone bill because they use so much data, and international data is very expensive.
Yeah, no, there's fewer worse things than coming back from a life-changing travel and trip and talking about it with the parents and then them presenting you a phone bill. So
Right.
it's very true. It's a great checks and balances because it can be deceiving and with even I just did it recently with AT&T. It still wasn't completely clear what I was going to be charged if I went over or when I went over. So you guys are definitely correct. And the no max limit is amazing. So
Great.
yeah. So one other aspect, just to compare apples to apples here over Cellhire or AT&T or your cell phone provider, is customer service. Some of it is sometimes a headache with trying to change things with your provider. So can you just talk to what kind of support families will have pre, during, and post travel?
Absolutely. As I said earlier, if you or your travelers have any questions, they're more than welcome to visit the website. We have an interesting little piece out there. We call it Ask Tina. And basically, you can go into the tool, which is a large database of every question we've ever received from a parent or a student, and put them into categories. So if you just kind of type in what your question might be, it'll go into a subcategory and more often than not provide you with the answer online. We also have a phone number that's listed on the website that you can call and talk directly to one of our customer service agents. They're more than happy to answer any questions that you have pre or post travel. More often than not, while you're on trip, while you're on program, there might be a question about making or receiving a phone call. Typically, it's the parent back home that gets the question, and they need our support. So we have a full group of technical support folks that can answer any questions. We've even had situations where students have lost or had a phone stolen while they're away, and it's reassuring that you have somebody that you can speak to here at Cellhire that can work directly with that network in order to remove that phone from operation to avoid any very expensive bills that you might receive as a result of somebody picking up that phone and
Absolutely.
making
Yeah.
unwarranted phone calls.
Great. So we'll wrap things up really quickly here. So if anybody ever wants more information on Cellhire, again, that website's peopletopeople.com/Cellhire, which is CELLHIRE. But to Greg, to kind of wrap things up, I just wanted to pick your brain on, we've been partnering, People to People and Cellhire has been partnering for a long time. We have great travel seasons. They're very successful. But what would you say is the most frequent top question you get every year from parents and students?
Probably the biggest question is, how do I make an international phone call?
Not as easy as you think. No.
Right, and if you've never traveled before, it can be a little bit intimidating. It's simple from a mobile phone. You bring up the plus sign, dial the area code, which is 1 for the U.S. The country code is 1, your area code and phone number. So it's very simple to make a phone call. It's in the instructions. Like I said, we have video instructions on the website as well, so we actually show a phone and kind of walk you through exactly what you have to press in order to make that phone call. Probably one of the other questions that often comes up is can I test my MiFi before I leave the country to make sure I get internet access? And the answer is absolutely. We would prefer that when you order your device, you order it a few days before travel, you become familiar with it, show your son or daughter how to use that device before they leave the country. And then this way it takes all the the anxiety away if the student is powered on the device before they left, made sure it has a full charge, it's getting good signal, and answer any questions while they're in the U.S. before they travel away.
Excellent. And as the social gal over here at People to People, I wanted to leave the ambassador families with a few tips. I obviously want you guys to promote and have fun while you guys are abroad, and hashtag People to People and post pictures on Facebook and Instagram and Vine and wherever. But also, so staying connected while abroad, if you do choose a Cellhire rental, or if you're using an iPad or whatever you're using, have the conversation, plan early. Like Greg said, if you do want to do a rental, there's no time like the present, so hop on the website and contact them and get the rental out of the way. Also set expectations on how and when you'll be contacting mom and dad. Usually we get the feedback, I haven't heard from my kid, and usually that's a really good sign that the kiddos are having an amazing time and they're just have packed itineraries during the day, but setting that expectation, seeing, you know, if you'll call every other day, that kind of thing. And then some don'ts that I would recommend if you are using mobile devices like iPads, iPhones. Do not stream video. If you have your YouTube app, or if you have your Hulu app, or if you have anything else, it's going to waste your battery and waste a lot of data. So make sure that you are logged into the hotel and you have a secure actual Wi-Fi line if you are really needing to stream video. Another tip is, I'm looking at it right now, stream data and upload video without secure Wi-Fi. Yeah, so those are the two. So don't stream any kind of big things. Don't download while you're abroad. And then if there's anything having to do with video, wait until you're back at a hotel and that you can log into their Wi-Fi and then not have a very nasty bill waiting for you back at home. So again, we have a lot of those tips on our YouTube channel and on our Pinterest board. It's just people-to-people student travel. There's a whole section in a Pinterest board called Staying Connected While Abroad. There's tons of tips there, from minutes to apps to anything you could possibly think of. So check that out. Greg, thank you so much for taking your time.
Thank you, Lindsay.
Really, really helpful for me. Again, it's always a good reminder because things are changing in the world of cell phones around the world. But again, thank you for all the viewers watching this. And then if you have any questions at all, just visit people2people.com/cellhire. That's CELLHIRE. Greg, have a wonderful weekend. And to all the ambassadors out there, safe travels this summer.
Thank you.